Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Today I thought I would bring you along. You're probably familiar with these. I think everybody's familiar with these. It's those very cheap lays that you buy in the junk shops. The lovely Bonnie sent me some of those because of course she did. And I've been wondering what to do with them. You can see here I have dyed them. I did try coffee, did not work at all. These are very synthetic, whatever they're made out of, and the coffee just washes straight out of them. And if you make it strong enough to actually stick, it gets sticky and yucky and gross. And then if you rinse it later, it just washes straight off. So I used this. I have this from an old office. I don't know if it's permanent ink or what it is, but I used a little bit of each and it turned into a kind of purpley brown colour. I expected more brown, but it's more purple. So, but anyway, it's better than it was. So, in my opinion, in any case. So I decided to make flowers out of these flowers, of course, because I wasn't really sure what else you could do with flowers. So yeah, they're a bit sort of weak and wishy-washy by themselves, so I decided to sort of sew them together. This is my crazy little collection of things, seed beads and sequins and just random stuff that I've picked up from thrift stores and off of clothes. And yeah, what I'm looking for in here is these kind of little beads. They're little seed beads, but they're not the tiny ones. They're sort of a little bit bigger, just so that I can get a needle through the middle. So what I'm going to do is get a piece of embroidery floss. Now the eye of my needle is quite small, so I'm going to split my embroidery floss into two, because embroidery floss, or this particular embroidery floss, comes with 6 strands. So I'm splitting into 2 strands of 3. So that just makes it easier for me to get it through the eye of my needle, which is ridiculously small. So what I want to do is tie this seed bead to the end of my piece of embroidery floss. That way I can pop my needle through my little flowers and the seed bead will hold the thread from pulling out. Yeah, that's the plan. You could probably do it with a knot, but this is not very sturdy material. I'm afraid a knot will just pull through eventually, so I decided to go with a seed bead. So I'll tie that onto my little piece of embroidery thread and we will start threading these little flowers through the middle onto my piece of thread. Now I use about 5, so it gives you a bit more bulk. These are very, very thin, so it really doesn't matter too much, but yeah, I found 5 worked for me. So now I've got all my flowers on my thread. I like to wad them up tightly around the seed bead, so the seed bead is actually inside the flowers, and then I will sew a few stitches around the base of the flowers that are covering the seed bead there, trapping the seed bead into a little pocket of its own, and then I will tie it off. So there's a little seed bead inside the flowers, and then when I flip it over I can splay out the petals and it will stay in the shape that I basically put it. So that's my idea. Let's see how it works. Okay, you can see here very briefly there at the point there is the little seed bead sewn into its little pocket, and that will be the bottom of our flower. And I'll spread the petals out like so, and there we have it. We have a little grubby, messy, colourful / grungy flower. So yeah, that is what I am doing with all these little lay flowers. So as I'll show you later on, the dye in the lay flowers is rubbing off slightly onto my fingers. Now I am handling them quite firmly and rubbing them and holding them tightly, so I don't expect to have any issues with this rubbing off onto a book or somebody's sleeve or something else. Yeah, it seems fairly stuck to the flowers, although I'm getting a slight sort of tinge to my fingers. I'm not sure if you put it in water or you get water on it, it wouldn't run onto your page, but I think if your journal is wet, you've got more problems than the dye running out of a little flower. So something to keep in mind though. Yeah, if I had alcohol ink, I would probably have used that, but I just don't. So I just used this stamp pad ink and hope for the best, and it seems to be working quite well. So I am going to leave this in regular time and do this a few more times so that you can see. I'm not going to try and explain it again because I'm not sure I'm making any sense, but you can at least see basically what I'm doing, and hopefully you'll get the gist. So, all right guys, enjoy. I will say goodbye to you at the end. I just picked up this little flower and it was all miscut. Yeah, I decided to just sort of squish it back the way it was and use it anyway. Seems to make absolutely no difference to the finish of the flower in the end. So I guess you could use anything to do this. You could be doing this with just little circles cut out of organza or something if you so desired. I think that would work perfectly well. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Alright guys, I'm calling this a wrap for today. I hope that was interesting or helpful or just entertaining. If you've got one of those old lays lying around in the kids' dress-up box or something, yeah, now you've got another way to use it. So, like I say, I think you could use other fabric and stuff for this. So, yeah, go off, experiment. Okay guys, thanks for coming along today. It's been great to spend time with you and I'll see you again next time. Bye.